Tēnā koutou katoa. Welcome everybody. Should I say no mai haere mai to the New Zealand Fantasy Football Federation Association. Week 11, Week 12 overview. That's what I'm calling it from here on out. And we're going to look at the championship first. So let's have a look. Let's dive in. I need to share my screen. But yeah, we've got 3 more weeks to go after this. So what I'm thinking is that what we talked about last week with Lloyd and Andreas did play out. So let's actually have a look and see what has happened. So Fraser is still trash. We know that. Still the second lowest scorer in the league. We know that. Alex is probably locked in a 1 seed. Man, he just has to luck his way to one more win. He could still lose. Not Risk Cousin is looking like he's actually the highest point scorer. Not Risk Coat, sorry. So that is interesting. But we've seen a lot of people rising up. So Big Balls Pete, who we said was not good, dropping down. So now he's on the same record as Lanky Giraffe, both with sketchy teams. And Premier's sack jumps 2 places. So as much as I like to hate on Simon, Simon is not out at this stage. Wow, his team's actually looking all right. Yeah, that's it. If Simon's team hits, all right, he's got Max Crosby, Bobby Wagner. Why is Roger McCreary being played? Andy has Roger McCreary as well. Like, guys, get over this guy just because he had 11 and 9 tackles here. He's not good. But the rest of your team I actually like. Julian Love has been a bit of a revelation for the Giants from a fantasy perspective. We've seen Jalen Brown take over and in Las Vegas. So Simon, I actually think you can make the playoffs, mate. Believe it or not. So if we look at the divisions, who is actually going to make? So Fibre is in position. Langy Giraffe sitting in 6th. So Blake's there. Not Risk Cousins, not Risk Coders there. Commitment issues. Big Balls Peter's hanging in by the skin of his teeth. Could we see Beijing Ducks make a late season run? Yeah, this yeah, I reckon here on up is from not Risk Code up. Actually, even commitment issues like his team is Zeke, Devontae Adams. His team has got Damien Pierce on the bench. I don't know why he's on your bench. Um, this is a fairly decent team, and he should be picking up a better quarterback off waivers. So if we just optimize his lineup here and see what that looks like. Taysom Hill was in the optimized lineup. Interesting. But yeah, Juju may or may not play, but you can probably play Commit there or Zeke. Both are great players, obviously, and looking good on defense. So yeah, I don't like the Big Ball Pete. You're not making it, mate, but it's going to be interesting for these guys who are fighting it out because Simon, unfortunately, is 5 and 6. So Yankee Giraffe is essentially two games up on him. So it's going to be hard for him to actually get past him. So if we have a look at who's playing, so who's Lanky Giraffe playing? Oh, Lanky Giraffe is playing Fraser, so that's an easy dub there. And Simon is playing California Dreaming, so that is really rough for Simon. So I think we did cover that last week. I don't think Simon's make it. I think we're going to see Lanky Giraffe swap in for Big Balls Pete. Who is Big Balls Pete playing? Commitment issues. So yeah, commitment issues can cement his playoff spot pretty much by burying Pete. Lanky Giraffe can come through. Do we have a look at his team? Who we got here? James Conner, Singletary, and Murray Cooper, Justin Jefferson, John Johnson. Not a bad team, not a great team. Fairly decent defense. I mean, you're playing Fraser, so like Fraser's team. Oh my gosh, that is actually awful. Horrific. What am I even looking at? I do need to look at that Fraser. Um, oh, sorry, am I roasting Am I roasting Shannon, not Fraser? I am roasting Shannon. My apologies. My apologies, Fraser. Because where were you? Oh, you're Najee. I'm good. Yeah, this is a bit rough. I do feel for you. Uh, Pollard, Higgins, Matt Milano, big game. Lena Floyd, the big game. And team is still average, super average, but you had pretty much these two, that guy, this guy, that guy, and so it's not sustainable for Fraser. He's 2-9 for a reason. Who is Fraser actually playing? So apologies, Fraser is not. Also, we've got bottom of the table clash here with Sam Tang, who's like, yeah, how is he losing with this team? Mind blowing. I mean, yeah, Sam will correct the records and send Fraser to 2-10. So regardless of who we're talking about between Shannon and Fraser, they're both terrible teams. Sam could make a late run. So let's see if we have any other transactions here. Otherwise, there's not really a lot to talk about. It's more just about seeing how it all plays out. Chris Godwin, Jamal Williams for David Njoku and Jamar Chase. Interesting. I mean, I like that for both sides. The Taco Barons. Let's have a look at the Taco Barons team. He could be setting himself up quite nicely. Um, so he's got James Robinson, Melvin Gordon. Where is he going to end up? He went unclaimed on waivers. Interesting. He's looking sketchy AF at running back. What has James Robinson been doing for? Yeah, not a lot. I mean, we'll see though. With no Breece Hall, it's a bit of a split backfield with Michael Carter, and he's got Josh Allen. Antonio Gibson's good enough. And then once Chase comes right, and he's got Mike Williams on the bench, he should have a hot fire. Oh, Chase Edmonds on IR. I didn't see that. Jeez. Rip. And Dallas got it on IR, so he's had a couple of injuries. But yeah, he's humongous receiving core. He's got Chase and Mike Williams, and oh, yes, he doesn't really need much at running back. So I'm looking at good there. Taco Burns. Who else do we have? Robert Tunyon, and for Austin Hooper, that is just what are you even doing? Mike Evans and Justin Fields to for Alex Highsmith and Jalen Waddle. Interesting trade. When was this last week? Wait, did this all happen last week? What's the date? I think this is in American time. 60. Yeah, jeez. Interesting. So that's how he ended up. So he was moving pieces, Taco Barons. And then we had just before Deshaun. So he traded for Jamal Williams and then instantly flipped. Well, not instantly, but flipped him 3 days later. So Jamal Williams and Cameron Hayward for Nick Bosa, Damien Harris, Deshaun Watson. I hate that trade. Who the hell ended up with commitment issues? Oh, I mean, he did have Ezekiel Elliott, so that's a bit trash. Guess he is. Wow, interesting trade. All right, so there are some big trades there. Do we have any crazy ads? Nothing wild. Any big drops? No, nothing there. So yeah, interesting trade. So yeah, the things to really watch out for are um Big Balls Pete, Lanky Giraffe, and yeah, Premier Sacks. Sorry, Simon, you're not gonna make it, mate. As much as I'd love for you to make the playoffs, you're unfortunately gonna miss this season. So yeah, it's kind of out of these three. So it'll be interesting to see their matchups this week. So good luck to your championship players. Remember that the trade deadline is right up until the playoffs. So keep moving players, keep throwing out ideas, trying to improve your team, and yeah, we'll jump on over to the Premiership.